Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Empowerment Hour. I am Kendra Duquette, your host today. I think this is episode 4. So this will probably just be a quick podcast video. It's a visual again, so those of you just listening to the podcast, hopefully you get the idea just by listening. But visuals are very important when you're working with people. So even if you have a virtual practice, which a lot of people do, and you might be one of those people, you'll still be doing phone calls, a lot of times Zoom calls, that type of thing. So people will be able to see you. And if you can draw them pictures for whatever reason, they get the concept, okay? Because the problem with what we do is it's just so different from the conventional medicine model, which is what people are used to, that they really need some good tools to grasp in their mind the difference and how that is the only way to heal. So this is just a quick visual I use all the time with my patients. And so I'm going to draw this out for you. Hopefully you can see. Yep. Okay, so it's called Health is a Two-Way Street. So make sure that's still on the screen. Yep. Okay, so constantly every day, no matter what, we're either going towards health or disease. And we always do it this way, dis-ease. So that is lack of ease, basically. So when your body becomes, breaking down, is dysfunction going on internally, that type of thing, that leads to dis-ease, okay? So when people come to us, and when you work with people, most of the time, hopefully the goal is to get to people and teach them about preventative health so that they truly are preventing these problems from creeping up. But most of the time, people don't feel a need to change anything unless they're experiencing symptoms, okay? So if they're experiencing symptoms, they're on this side of the street. And unless they get off of that side of the road, more and more symptoms are going to, pop up. So just for an example, let's say somebody comes in, they're having trouble concentrating, they have a high anxiety, they have brain fog. Just recently, they're starting to get pain, unexplained pain, GI issues, that type of thing. They're on this route, and more little symptoms are just going to keep cropping up. So what we do in our office, what you will do with your clients, really what the Body Burn Bootcamp, that foundational piece is all about, is stopping this downward spiral people are on and then getting them on this side, okay? So basically when they leave us, and again, remember we call it a boot camp because there's so much information in a short amount of time, but within those 90 days, this is what we'll do for them. We will stop this downward spiral, get them feeling better, most of their symptoms will be gone, and get them completely equipped to be on this side and maintain their health for a lifetime. That's the goal, okay? So, and that's why it's a boot camp and we give them so much information. So, I always like to think of it like they're on this, I use this analogy all the time too for patients, but it resonates with people. So if you think about, when people come to you, or maybe this is you at, the stage at this point right now, maybe you're only just beginning, but, when people come to us, it's like they're broken down car in a ditch, they're missing 2 wheels, they're out of gas, they need a tune up. So what we do, this point right here, we get them out of that ditch, we get all 4 tires on, we get them pumped up with air, we get the gas, filled up, tuned up, and then they're ready to go down the road. Okay, so that's where they are at this point when they leave us. Does that make sense? Hopefully that helps. But just that analogy, people really like that, and I think it gives them hope just in that little analogy that yes, you can completely get off that side. Literally, if people don't get off that side, and something else I say a lot is, where do you see yourself in 2 years from now, in 5 years, that type of thing. And it really makes people think, because it's, 2 years, 5 years, if you're already having those symptoms I described earlier in the video or the podcast, where will they be? So that's the whole idea, is we get them off symptom free able to self-heal for the rest of their life. So hopefully that helped. It was quick. Those of you listening to the podcast, hopefully you were able to visualize what I was talking about. So, that's basically it. But that's a really good tool to use when you're working with clients. Okay. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.